Hey guys, how you doing?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey man, how are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you. It's John from HeyUGuys here. Thanks for taking the time to do this crazy Skype video call interview. It's a new thing for me. First of all, congratulations on the film. I had a lot of fun with it, and I think it's one of certainly the best of its time for a long, long time. I was speaking to Dane earlier, and he was talking about the reality of the film, and you were saying that's probably the success. Do you think the fact that it's grounded in reality that is the success of the film?
I think that's what makes it work. Honestly, the fact that it's not a what happens next movie. It's not a where's this monster coming out behind this building or what's going to blow up next. You really care about the characters from the beginning all the way to the end. Through their ups, their downs, their highs, their lows. All the troubles and stuff that they go through throughout the film. You care as an audience, and I think that's where the fans and everybody, they can relate to these characters. That's what makes it real.
And do you think it's kind of wish fulfillment for other people,
Oh,
not just the superpowers, but also the fact that that the character of Andrew being bullied so much?
No, I mean, definitely. I mean, everybody's rooting for Andrew. That's why he's not the clear villain. There is no villain in the movie because you sympathize. You've seen him get beat by his dad throughout the movie, and the way he's been mistreated, and the being bullied and picked on in school, and not having any friends, and his own family not really caring about him. And then when he finally gets some power and he becomes, I don't know, happy, you cheer for him and you root for him. And then when his mom is taken away from him, it just, it snaps him back to this, this dark place. So I think as an audience member, you root for Andrew throughout the movie. So yeah, it's a wish fulfillment for him for sure.
I think you have high hopes for him,
Yeah.
so that when he starts making really bad choices, instead of with a typical villain, you would go like, okay, I dislike them now. You start going,
Yeah.
oh no. You have that kind of like, it's like seeing someone you love making bad choices.
Exactly.
So, and I think that's a good, a really kind of complex emotion to make an audience feel.
And it's a very dark film as well, isn't it? It's not just a case of you have these superpowers and all of a sudden it's great. There's a lot of darkness, and you don't sort of step away from that at any point.
Yeah, it's more than what you saw in the trailer, right?
Absolutely. It's not only that, but it's the fact that with the Blu-ray now you have the extended version, and you can see a little more of the downward spiral, and it's a little bit like the bit in the diner when they're making fun of the waitress. That sort of stuff is, it's fascinating for us to see. It must be good for you to kind of get across to the rest of the people who didn't see it at the cinema.
So we have a question for you. What is in the actual extended version? Because
We haven't seen it.
Please
so
tell
us.
You seem that you have everything.
Yeah, no. There's it's just like a few subtle hints. There's one of them, like you must have seen the shot in the diner where you're making fun with the soup and all that.
Okay.
Okay,
Cool.
and there's just a few other bits in there which and it's character moments.
That's nice.
The best for me. It's not just more special effects. There's some more. Do you know
Pieces
what I
to
mean?
the story. Yeah, exactly. It connects the dots a little bit more.
And one of the other things that I was noticing, it's not just your average teen film where you have everyone talking in sort of pop culture references. And for example, if you had mentioned Carrie or you had mentioned the X-Men, you would have kind of broken the spell. That must have been quite nice for you as actors to not have to play up to that sort of stereotype.
Yeah, we got a fresh take. We had a fresh start. I think it's the closest you're gonna come to a origin story. As far as us, finding the powers and developing them and figuring out what they are, and then having a battle or an inner turmoil between the group. It was. We didn't have that many expectations. We didn't have any restrictions at all. We were just going in there, not really thinking about it, and just doing it. We were just playing the part, and it worked out for the best.
And this is an origin story, as you said, but there's talk of the sequel now. That's going to be difficult for both of you to be in the sequel, not to give too much away. But do you think that there is more to tell of this story that wouldn't dilute the original?
I think definitely there are plenty of things that are there to be explored. There's plenty of things that are there to be extended on that would be really exciting. But also, I mean, the movie, I think it holds as its own piece. You know, it doesn't need to have a sequel, but it opens itself up really nicely for one, and there will be one. So, yeah.
That's good to know. I'm very well. At the moment, we have people say there might be, there might not be, but it'll be interesting to see the take on it. Would you like to see it continue the found footage aspect of it, because that's something that was used quite well there?
I am very interested. I think the idea is that that's what's going to happen, but I don't know. I'd be interested to see it done in a different style. I don't know if it would spoil it and weaken it if they took that out.
I mean, I think it'd be cool to like maybe start off found and then like go into regular filmmaking.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool. I know for audience members, sometimes it's hard for them to follow through the entire way. You know, found footage. It's certain limitations that you can't really dive into. So it'd be kind of cool from a cinematic point of view to switch it up, incorporate some different styles.
Okay, last question, Jon.
All right, thank you. Very last question then is about the notion of the found footage and everything. Because if you are going to have a sequel, would you like to see the object gave you your powers sort of explained a little more, or would you rather keep that as kind of a mystery?
I would like for them to explain it a little bit. I think it would be give them a better understanding to the audiences. Yeah, you know, the audience, like, you know, they'll, I don't know. I think it'd be kind of cool to explain it.
I agree.
Okay, guys. I think we're going to end it. Listen, thank you so much for your time. Really, congratulations. I love the film.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you.
There is a sequel. Looking forward to it.
Appreciate
thanks,
it, man.
man.
Thank
Really
you, dude.
appreciate it. Take care.